Hello everybody and welcome to this video. I'm Inxlaura123 and in this video I'm going to be talking about two of the worst sexual experiences I've had, okay? So I've had a lot in my time of bad, embarrassing, cringeworthy, disgusting sexual experiences, but in this video I'm just going to talk about two occasions. So it's going to be a story time video. If stuff of like a sexual nature makes you feel uncomfortable or embarrassed or you just don't want to hear about it, this probably isn't the video for you because I'm going to get quite, deep and dirty and, intimate and stuff. So there's plenty of other videos on my channel if you'd like to check them out. Okay. But if you do like hearing about stuff like this, then hey, stick around and watch and hopefully you will like the video. Okay. So I will warn you, it is a bit gross. It is a bit kind of, ooh. Okay. So the first story I'm going to tell you about, I'm not going to go really every single detail, but we'll keep it short and sweet, okay? The first story I'm going to tell you about is I was dating a guy. He was quite a long-term partner. I was with him for about, nearly 3 years, probably about 2.5, just over years. So we were quite serious in that. And this is so embarrassing. Why am I even telling people this? I don't know. Anyway, so we were together, as I say, quite a while. I'm stalling now. And we had sex, obviously, a lot of times in the relationship, and it was all quite normal. It was a bit boring, to be honest, but it was all right. Oh God. Okay, and then basically one night I was starting to get a bit of a tummy ache, and I remember saying to my partner at the time, the one I'm talking about, I said, I've got a bit of a tummy ache, and anyway, so we just chilled out and stuff, watched TV, relaxed together, had a cuddle, and then as the evening grew on, I thought, I think my stomach ache's all right. I think it's gone away. And he was trying it on, a little bit of kiss, a little bit of cuddle, blah blah blah, and I was thinking, is my stomach all right? Like, is it all right? You kind of doubt yourself. Like, is my tummy okay? If anything sexual was to happen, would it be all right? And I thought, yeah, look, it's fine. I'm just paranoid, So anyway, things get a little bit more heated and more involved, and we basically start to have sexual intercourse. I'm so embarrassed talking about. I don't know why I've chose to do this video. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed and awkward. Anyway. So we started to have sexual intercourse. Sexual intercourse sounds so bloody old. Anyway, we started to have sex, and I could feel my stomach was just like, oh. And it started to when you're getting a belly ache, and it's kind of like, making like these noises. He didn't seem to notice. He didn't seem to hear the noises. It was just in my stomach, and I could hear him, and I was like, oh, this isn't good. And then without being too graphic, I suppose we've got to be graphic, the more it was kind of going in and out, it was like pushing against my stomach, and then I thought, oh no, I need to go toilet. So in my mind, like, he was doing his thing. I don't know what he was thinking, but he was doing what he was doing. He didn't seem to care about anything. He was just getting on with the act of what he was doing. But in my mind, I was just thinking, oh my God, I don't want to, I don't want to like poo on him. I don't want to have to stop and go, oh, I've got to go to the toilet. So I just thought, no, I'll carry on. It's fine. I'll just not think about it. Try to get in the zone, try to get in the mood, la 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 la. And then all of a sudden I was like, no, this is this is not good. My stomach was getting worse. The stomach ache was getting worse, and I needed to go to the toilet. I also then started to feel quite sick. I think it was the motion and the moving about, and I was thinking, oh my God. So I was worrying that I was going to be sick. I was worrying that I was going to poop myself. And like the sensible person, okay, if you're in this situation, the sensible person will probably be like, hey, in a nice way, I've got to stop, sorry, But no, I decided to carry on thinking it was all going to be fine. It probably wouldn't last too long. That sounds really bitchy. But, it'd all be over soon. And then, after that, I could just go, I'm just going to go to the toilet, So I carried on and I carried on and I carried on to a point. This is where it gets gross, okay? This is why it's the worst experience. I shit myself. I just said that so random. I pooped myself on the bed. So obviously, oh my God, it was just so disgusting. It was so embarrassing. I mean, disgusting, yes, very, very, very disgusting. But the humiliation that I felt, oh my God, it was terrible. And I remember laying there, and I was like, oh. And at first, I don't think he noticed. Like, he just carried on, which is really worrying. But he didn't notice, and I was like, oh my God. And then all of a sudden, he went, Have you done something? Obviously, the smell was kicking up. Anyway, so yeah, he he then removed himself from the situation, if you know what I mean, and looked down and boom, there it was. It was very disgusting. It was very embarrassing. And I just remember crying and crying and crying because I was so humiliated and so embarrassing. It was disgusting. Then I ran to the toilet. I think I must have like locked myself in a toilet for like an hour. And I was just crying and I didn't want to come out. And he was like, babe, come out. And I was like, oh God, no. Anyway, eventually I had to come out. And yeah, then I had the really fun job of cleaning all the sheets and taking them off. And I was like, don't look, don't. He's like, I've seen it now. I was like, I don't care. I don't need to see this anymore. It's very awkward. I'm just gonna get your sheets. I'm gonna put them in a washing machine. It was very embarrassing. It was disgusting. And yeah, there we go. So that was one of the worst experiences. I don't know why I've even shared this sort of thing. This is what YouTubers do, though, don't they? They open up. They talk about personal stuff. I don't know. Anyway, but don't hate on me. The phone's ringing. Hold on 1 second. Ring, ring. Okay, everybody, so I'm back. Sorry about that. The phone rang at the most awkward time, but there we go. Right, let's carry on. So the next story I'm going to tell you about is a guy that I was dating for about a year, just under a year. So it was kind of long-term, but not like really long-term, just a bit long-term. Okay, so he was quite cool. Like, he was funny. He did have a problem with like buying lots of flashy things for me, which you're probably thinking, well, that's not a problem. That's really nice. But I'm not that kind of materialistic girl, so I used to find it very annoying and a bit tedious. It was like trying to prove how much he liked me and how, manly he was by buying me very expensive clothes and handbags. And I was like, I'd rather just go Primark. But anyway, he was quite flashy. He was also very obsessed with the gym. He'd always be up the gym, like pumping iron, like, yeah, look at my guns. Here's the gun show. He used to do this thing with his muscles, and he called it the gun show. And he used to be like, here's the gun show. And he'd kind of, I can't do it, obviously, but he'd kind of move, the muscles would like move. It was very creepy. And he used to think it was really like manly and attractive. So he'd do it all the time. Like, he'd come around and be like, hey, baby, mwah, gun show. And I'd be like, hi. He was also very tall. Apart from that, he was great. But no, he was really, really tall. He was 6'4", which is definitely the tallest guy that I've ever dated. And yeah, I don't like tall people. I don't mean I don't like tall people. I don't like dating tall people. Simply because I'm really short. I'm 4'11". So anyone like really, really tall, it just feels weird. It looks weird to me. I just don't like it. I prefer, my lovely fiance Nathan is the perfect height for me. He's like 5'8". So he's, obviously taller than me, but not too tall. It's all about, the right kind of height difference. Anyway, so yeah, Pete was really tall. I've just said his name. Oopsie. And yeah, he was okay. Like, he was funny. I'm trying to think of a positive thing. Yeah, no, he was quite funny. He wasn't like horrible or anything, but he just wasn't for me. And we didn't really have much sex. It was, I don't know, it was weird. Like, we'd go out and he'd come round, but it wasn't sexual really. I mean, there was like a few occasions, but they were always a bit awkward and a bit So anyway, one day I'd gone round to his house. His parents were out, and yeah, we were just chilling watching a film and stuff like we always would. And yeah, he just randomly got very, very horny, very frisky, like randomly, like, and I was like, oh, because I hadn't really seen that side to him, And I said, oh, have you been drinking or something? And he was like, no. He said, I'm just really sexual, And I was like, okay. So he starts kissing me and stuff. And I'm kind of like pushing myself a little bit to kind of go along with it. Because I'm thinking, well, I'm with him, But I don't know. Like, he wasn't disgusting to look at, but he wasn't amazing. I don't know what it was. I just didn't. I just didn't. So anyway, I tried to carry on and kind of do the do. And I remember he like took my top off and he laid me on the sofa and he was on top of me and he was kissing me and I was like, well, it's okay, I've done worse, So I'm going along with the motions of it. And then all of a sudden, this honestly, it still freaks me out to this day, right? This is bloody years ago this happened. But he literally he got up on his like arms and that and he was above me and he just went and spat all over my face. He literally spat on my face. And I remember laying there and I'm still like, what? I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I just come out of it. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, well, I'm being really sexy, you bitch. He then starts going on with all these dirty, sexy, well, he thought it was sexy, I didn't, like degrading That's what I'd call it. Degrading names. And he like, you bitch, you whore, you hoe. And I was like, what? And then just carrying on spitting on me. And I literally had enough. And I pushed him off me. I was like, what is your problem? You're weird. And then he become like really like, you know, sweet within seconds. He's like, I'm sorry. You know, and basically what he'd said in his previous relationships that he'd had, a few of the women that he'd been with were into this kind of sex, this kind of rough sex, this kind of sadomasochism, I don't know what you want to call it, but just being a bit more dirty. Yeah, it was very weird. And I said, well, I'm not into that. Like, seriously, we've never been that kind of couple. Why would you just suddenly, like, put that on me? Like, literally spit, you know. And he was like, you know, I thought I'd try and mix it up. I thought I'd try and, you know. And then he starts crying. That was very embarrassing. He's like, you know, half his clothes off. And then he's like crying. And I'm wiping the spit off my face, you know. And, yeah, it was really bad. And I was like, why are you crying? I should be crying. And it's like, I'm sorry, I just, you know, I thought this was something that women like. I said, well, maybe some women are into that, which is cool. Yeah, I know there are women out there who do like all that kind of stuff. But for me, I'm just not like that. Do you know what I mean? I'm more of a kind of loving. I can be a bit kinky and a bit cheeky, and I like dressing up and stuff. But for me, it's not about, you know, calling someone a bitch and spitting on them. Like, that don't do nothing for me. I actually found it quite threatening. Like, I didn't like it at all. Anyway, so we talked about it, and I just said, look, this is not for me, you know, never do that again. And he did apologise, and I think we stayed together like a month or so after that, but it was all very strained, it was all very awkward, you know, we kind of kept out of not staying in, we didn't want to stay in, we kind of kept out and just went out for a meal, or we'd go out to the cinema, and it was very, you know, normal, but it was just too weird. It weirded me out. And then one time we come back to my house after we'd gone out to the cinema, and he tried to kiss me and stuff, and all I could think of, boom, you know, was the spitting on my face, and I was just like, nah, not interested in this. And so I ended it. I said, I can't like move forward with this relationship. You're not really for me. I'm definitely not into all that kind of weird shit. It's not me. So I dumped him. Yeah. I mean, he's fine now. I think he's married or something. He's got kids, so he's, you know, who knows if he spits on the woman he's with. Who cares? I don't care if he spits on her. He ain't spitting on me. No one's spitting on me. So there we go. They are two of the worst things. I mean, as I say, there are lots. There are lots of embarrassing, cringeworthy, disgusting, just embarrassing, horrible situations sexually that I've been in the past. If you want to hear more, I mean, you might not be like wanting to hear anymore. You'll be like, no, thank you, that's weird. But if you do want to hear more and you're inquisitive, you know, I kind of like watching videos like this because I am nosy and I like to find out people's like deep, dark sexual history and secrets. I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but well, I am weird. But yeah, if you want to know more, let me know. I have got plenty more stories. By the way, I'm not a slut or anything. I haven't been like with loads and loads of people. But, you know, I'm 39. I've had experiences. And some of them have been amazing. Some of them have been good. Some of them have been really shit and really awful. So if you want to hear about those, then let me know. I'll do another video on this in the future. I mean, just, I don't know. We've got the guy who didn't have sex really for like 2 years because he wasn't very sexual. And then he had a bit of fish for dinner and then got somehow really horny. That was weird. Yeah. Then there was the guy who used to make himself come and then eat it. I was very young. I thought that was normal. But I grew up and realised it wasn't normal. We've got that story. It's just awful, isn't it? It's just really bad. Honestly, everyone paints sex as this amazing thing, which it is. You know, if you're with the right person or if you're just like, you know, in lust with someone or whatever, it's amazing, you know. But it can also be really bad and really embarrassing, and there we go. By the way, can I just say that sex with my fiancé Nathan is amazing. I love him to bits. He's gorgeous. He's amazing. Without going into too much detail, he always, pretty much always, makes me happy. Yeah, so these stories, yeah, I kind of feel awkward talking about it, but I think, well, it's in my past. You know, he's not going to watch my video. He never watches my videos, to be fair. I'm like, babe, do you want to watch my video? I've got a new shopping haul. No, you're right. Okay, so he's never going to watch this. I'll tell him that I've done this video because I'm an honest person. But, yeah, he's fine. Like, he's, you know, he's normal. We connect. And the thing I love most about sex with Nathan, this is getting personal now. But the thing I love the most is that I really, really love Nathan. Like, I genuinely love him so much. I mean, which is quite lucky we're engaged. We're going to be married, so it's a good thing I really, really love him. But, you know, we are so connected on every level. And so when we do have sex, it feels, I know it's going to sound all emotional, yeah, but it feels so like, it feels so right and so like spiritually connected, sexy but fun, loving, caring. We know what to do to each other to make each other happy. We've got our kind of rhythm. Everything slots in well. It's just perfect. Like, I love him so much. I'm gonna go and have sex with him now. I'm not really, because he's not in the house, but no, he's and I think the thing is, when you find someone that you really love and you trust and you care about and there's that connection, it is absolutely amazing, you know. And if it's not, then you work on it and you talk to each other. Always talk about sex. I've always found with Nathan, unlike other guys that I've dated in the past and stuff, I can always be completely honest with him, completely open. You know, if there's something we've done that I've not liked or he's not liked, we talk about it. Something we love, we definitely talk about it. And we kind of work around things, you know what I mean? And that's the best way to be. Always talk about stuff with your partner. Anyway, I'm going to stop blabbering. Hope you've enjoyed watching. And if you have, please click like and comment and please subscribe to my channel. And don't forget, I do have another YouTube channel, which is Minxlaw123 ASMR. On that channel, I make videos to help people with anxiety, insomnia, and just to help you sleep and relax, basically. So I'll put the channel link down below to that one, and don't forget to come follow me on all my social media and all that jazz. So yeah, right, I'm gonna go now because I feel really freaking awkward having discussed sexual stuff. Okay. See you later, everyone. Mwah. Bye. Oh, by the way, if you have any embarrassing sexual stories, comment down below, because I love reading your comments and I'm nosy. Okay, bye.